going to start off our meeting with bright lights tonight. We have Sarahi Monterey from Waukesha North to report out on what's happening at Waukesha North tonight. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Sarahi Monterey, and I'm very excited to be here tonight to be able to present to you about Girl Talk at Waukesha North. I want to start off with giving you a little bit of history about Girl Talk. I started teaching at Waukesha South in 2008, and my first year there at South, I was in the bilingual department, and we had 4 students who were pregnant. To me, that was a sign that it was like, wait a minute, we've got to do something. We've got to have conversations with young ladies. We've got to help young ladies make wise decisions. So I also then became aware of the WEF grants. So I decided to write a grant to create a club called Girl Talk, where girls, we would just get together and talk about issues that are affecting them, just helping girls make wise decisions. So the club was implemented at Waukesha South the 2009-2010 school year. And like I said, we were able to run activities through the WEF grant that we were awarded. Then I was there a total of 4 years. Then I had the opportunity to transfer over to North. And when I was at North, I right away knew I wanted to get Girl Talk started there at North. But I wanted to take that first year to get to know students, to build a rapport with them. And so then I approached Jody Landish, was principal at that time there at North. And, you know, I talked to her about starting Girl Talk there. So I was very excited that the 2013-2014 school year, we were able to start Girl Talk at North High School. So in the district, total years, Girl Talk has been in existence for 8 years now. And there we have the picture of the first Girl Talk group from Waukesha South High School. And I will invite 2 students who will be sharing information.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Graciela Martinez. I'm going to be a senior this year at Waukesha North High School, so that's exciting for me. I'm going to talk a little bit about Girl Talk as well. Basically, our mission is to inspire and empower students to have a voice, be decision makers, and build problem-solving skills so they can realize their full potential. We also have 4 main pillars we focus on, which is empower, inspire, motivate, and educate. I feel like we really touch on those throughout the school year. We do a lot of volunteering, a lot of things outside of the classroom that I feel are very motivational for us as a whole team. So.
Hi, my name is Aurelia Angel, and I just graduated from Waukesha North High School. I'm going to go to Eastern Connecticut State University this fall. And I just want to talk briefly about some of the activities that we do as a group. One of the main ones that we have participated over our existence here is the Christmas Clearing Council right around the holiday time, which is where the Christmas Clearing Council is kind of like they heavily rely on us to translate for the Spanish-speaking families or families that really don't speak any English whatsoever, and we kind of guide them through the process of picking out toys for their kids, and it's a really humbling experience. Personally, one of my favorites because I get to see a lot of like families from my community. I'm like, oh, you know, it's like opening and it's humbling as well. Another one was the WEF walk that we did just this year. That was really fun. I got to see with some of my classmates. A lot of teachers went. You know, we had fun. A bunch of little kids running around. It was great. It was kind of weird seeing those little kids at our high school, and it was just really cute, fun. One other one was recently we got into face painting. We did some face painting at Meadowbrook for their little fair that they had. I personally I'm not an artist whatsoever, but the kids didn't seem to care that much, so we tried our best. That's Valeria, Rocio, and I doing our best and painting soccer balls, alligators, you name it. And last but not least, we do have a very strong partnership with Blair Elementary, which is, a lot of us actually went to Blair Elementary, so we have like that, we see our former teachers there, and they check up on us, and we say hi, and then some of our siblings are there too. I know one Girl Talk member has one of her siblings is like in 2nd grade, and I see her all the time, so now that every time I see her at Walmart, Target, or whatever, she's like, oh, hi, and everything. I'm like, hi. Oh yeah, and our meetings are from 3 to 10 to 4:10, so it's brief and it's fast, but it's really fun. We learn a lot from each other.
So one idea that the girls came up with is they wanted to figure out how to mentor other young children in our community. And like I said, we have a strong partnership with Blair Elementary School. So the girls came up with having a mentoring program where they have an after-school program at Blair. And so they thought, okay, what if we go in every other week in their after-school tutoring center and just tutor girls? Let's help them with their homework and also do some activities where we can be bonding with them. Kind of like they're becoming role models to the young students at Blair. And what I love about it is that it's all student driven. They come up with ideas and they're like, Ms. Monterrey, can we do this? And I figure out how to support them. And they came up with the name, since we're the North Stars, they figured Star Sister Program. And Blair, they were contacted last summer wondering if they could start Girl Scouts, because Girl Scouts wasn't really functioning at Blair at the time. They wanted to bring it in. So they contacted us and said, well, could Girl Talk help support Girl Scouts? And so our Star Sister program kind of, just merged with the Girl Scouts. And so something very important to mention, we'll get to talk a little bit about how Girl Talk gets to do activities and funds itself, but we had at the end of the year a pizza party, ice cream with the girls, and all of that is all done by funds that the girls raise for the club. And they come up with all kinds of activities that they do, and they're able to do that. We'll share with you how it happens. It's pretty cool. Gail's going to talk a little bit
So
about
this
that.
topic I am extremely excited to talk to you guys about. We took on the initiative this year for the first time at North. We took on Denim Day, which if you guys don't know exactly what it is, I really encourage you guys to look it up. It's amazing. But basically, quick overview is it's honoring victims of sexual assault, and it's kind of just bringing that topic up in our school because it's something that doesn't get mentioned or talked about a lot. I know bullying is a huge one, topics like that, but when it comes to sexual assault, it's kind of hidden. So we were really excited to bring that word out and start that conversation. So what we did this year is, well, first of all, how it started is Rocio and I went to a training in Milwaukee in regards to what it was, how we can help our community, and we brought that back to the school. So what we did in the school is we made a display, which you can kind of see in the corner up there. It was shirts and pants with statistics about sexual assault. It was also just something to get the conversation going. It was an eye catcher for sure with all the students there. Also, we wanted to raise money for our community, the Women's Center specifically. So what we did is the teachers and staff for that Wednesday, which was Denim Day, for $5 could wear jeans. And what happened was we raised $315 with just that one day alone for the Women's Center. So I was extremely proud of that. And like I said, this was our first year doing it. So we are so excited for next year, expand it district-wise, and we can know that if 315 in one day, next year for the Women's Center, we can easily do more than 1,000. So we are extremely excited about that. And like I said, if you guys don't know what Denim Day is exactly, I would encourage you guys to look it up sometime.
Our weekly sales and Girl Talk Scholarship, I'm going to go off of our weekly sales. Basically, we started off selling little Danish breads, things. I don't really eat them that much. Hot chocolate, I know we did in the winter, and then during the springtime or summertime, we would sell green smoothies, a little on the healthier side. This is mostly to get us some funds, to start us off, and so we can do our activities and start things and get things running. Like you see Rocio there making green smoothies. This is also our main source for our Girl Talk scholarship, and our last year was our first recipient, Vanessa. I think that was her name, Vanessa. And the first year was $300. But because this year we made more money and we kept it up, and we had a lot of freshman girls, I was really proud of, because I saw that it was kind of dying down my junior year, and I was like, man, I really, really hope we get a lot of freshman girls or sophomore girls even my senior year, and we got a lot. It was a really good turnout, so I'm really happy that this is going to keep going. And yeah, so we raised enough money, and we ended up upping our scholarship from $300 to $500, and this year's recipient was me. So I'm really happy about that too. And yeah, we also were awarded $855 grant through the WEF purchase two Vitamix machines and other items to continue our sales for next year.
I would like to add to the weekly sales. It's really neat. If you ever get a chance to come to North on a Friday morning, the girls get there like 6:50 a.m. and everyone's just working together and setting everything up, getting the smoothies ready, and it's become really, really popular amongst our teachers and our students. I mean, I had students who were like, Ms. Monterey, did you save me a green smoothie? I was trying to get here early so I could get a green smoothie. So it's really has become a popular thing, and it's really neat. I used to bring my own Vitamix, and that's how we would make our smoothies every Friday. And now that we were able to get this grant through WEF, it's great because we're going to be able to buy 2 machines. They'll stay at school. I don't have to haul it in every Friday. And it's going to allow us to potentially add in more days of the week now that everything will have a location where everything will be. So we're really excited about that, just being able to offer that service to students too, because it is a healthy way to start the morning. Like the teachers are always like, what do you put in it? And I tell them, like, it has kale, it's got your spinach, it's got your fruit. And they're like, all right, I'm going to buy that. So we're really happy that we can offer that service to our school and at the same time be able to sustain our club that way. Sorry, got ahead of myself here.
Alrighty, so with all the money that we did obtain this year from sales and from last year as well, we do a lot of things outside of a club and in the community as well. One of the things that we did was we went ice skating recently, and we also went to Olive Garden before ice skating, and because we were able to raise money for this and have fun besides volunteering as well, Girl Talk covers most of the cost, and then we cover the other half of it. So we cover Olive Garden dinner, which is great, and then they cover the ice skating. We also have holiday lunches. We saw Hidden Figures this year, which was amazing as well. We just went as a group, and we had a conversation afterwards, and it was great. Cried a lot. It was awesome. We're also planning on going to Mount Olympus on the 23rd of this month, actually, and it's just great to have that environment with the girls, even outside of, a regular classroom environment, just talking with them and having conversations and, talking about things in a comfortable environment as well, and that tends to be rare usually, so. We also, thanks to Ms. Reinachek, she came in before and she taught us about the root beer floats. So that's what we had as well at our end of the year celebration. During the last week of school, we also brought in our root beer floats and had a great day.
So a few of the girls are going to share a little bit about how Girl Talk has impacted them. So.
Good afternoon. My name's Rocio. I'm gonna be a sophomore this year, so last year, or my freshman year, was my first year in Girl Talk, and at the beginning I wasn't in Girl Talk. In Girl Talk, people can just girls can just come in and be a part of it, so we don't have we always have this attendance list to see who comes regularly, but I didn't go at the beginning of the year because personally I didn't feel like I was gonna like it. But then I started going and I realized I did like it, and it made me more confident in who I am, and I really like it. It made me get out of my comfort zone. That's where I got all my volunteer hours. That's how I met other people. That's how it just really impacted me a lot. I don't know how to explain it that much, but it impacted me a lot. And it's very good for other girls to have this too. So they have a safe environment to talk about issues. Like the Denim Day one, that's something I'm really passionate about too. So I was excited to bring it back to the girls and talking to them about it, and I was excited to bring it out of school. And if it wasn't for Girl Talk, I wouldn't have the courage to talk about that or to bring it up to someone and to talk about it. So I feel through this, through Girl Talk, I got more confident, and yeah.
I have to say, Graciela and Rocio presented to the whole entire staff at North about Denim Day, and Ms. Newcomer approved for them to do the $5 jeans and all that. But I thought, wow, for 2 high school students to say, I'm going to take this topic and present to the whole entire staff, I thought that was just phenomenal.
I just feel like you grow so much as a person. I didn't get involved with Girl Talk until my sophomore year, and I was kind of more of the shy. Standing in front of people and talking is terrifying, and now I'm like used to it, and it's all right. You grow as a person and you try new things that you usually wouldn't have or initially wouldn't have the courage to do so. I know I presented the scholarship 2 years in a row now in front of the crowd, and that was great. And now I'm happy with public speaking, and it's comfortable and I love it. And it's also great just walking around the school and seeing the other girls and just having people to talk to and growing friendships and confidence and all that. So it's been awesome.
Well, for me, I was kind of like one of the newer ones. I was fresh out of middle school. I didn't really have a lot of friends. I came from a private school, so I didn't know anybody from middle school. I knew like 3 kids. And I heard that I was in Mrs. Monterey's vision class, and she invited me to it, and I was like, okay. I was hesitant at first, but after going there and meeting all these people and meeting all these girls, these wonderful girls, I realized, like, dang, like, you feel like you know everybody. You feel like, oh, they're your typical high school kids or whatever, but no, like, there's a lot of things that you don't know and you don't really think about when you meet these people. And then when they open up, like, we talk about so many different things. We talk about teen pregnancy, sexual assault, like Graciela said, become like what is it like becoming a parent at such a young age. And I don't know, I just never really thought about all the things that affect different people, because you're living in your own reality. You're kind of like, you start off kind of narrow-minded, and then this club especially helped me like open up my eyes and kind of be considerate of what people are going through in their lives, and how to go around that, how to help people, especially because like now I can catch some signs of like some difficulties, and I'm just more open to people now. I was very closed off, so now I'm just more sensitive and open to other people's feelings, and I feel that's helped me a lot grow and make friends.
We do have other Girl Talk members who are here. Now let them say their name and the grade that they will be going into in the fall. And now we would just like to open it up if you have any questions for us about the club or anything that you would like to ask.
Mr. Baumgart.
And, excuse me, I don't think it's a question as much as a support. I'm sure, I hope I didn't get to, was it Rocio? You had a comment in there that I think answered a question I had all along, and that was, what is the impact or the change that this has had on you? And I really liked it when you said it took you out of your comfort zone, because we all have that. We all have comfort zones, and the more we live in that comfort zone, the less we are able to help and do other things. And I talk about the people around this table. I'm sure we all had to climb out of our comfort zone on some things over the years to be doing this kind of thing. And I feel it's important that you did that. And the fact that you caught that as a change or impact it had on you really helped me understand. And I've talked to Sari about this. I don't know, you were still at South at that time? Yeah, about such a great program to get girls to understand that they can contribute. And I think you helped me believe that that's happening. So I want to thank you for that.
Mrs. Brezink.
Yes. Is the Girl Talk program still in existence at South High School?
That's interesting. I always get that question.
Yes.
And the answer to that is, I believe, yes. I have a colleague who's with me there at South, Sunny Weber, and she took over the club when I left.
Okay.
I did hear, like, sometimes it wasn't as active. And so Rocio, we're really, really sad that Rocio is actually going to be going to South next year. And she said one of the main things that was keeping her at North was Girl Talk. But because of other reasons, she did make her final decision to go to South. And one thing that we talked about is she has become such a strong leader that we are looking forward to her being at South and collaborating, and so now she was able to experience South at, Girl Talk at North, that she's able to take back things that we have done. Because I know Miss Weber sometimes would ask me, like, what do you do? Like, what do you, sometimes I'm wondering what to do with the girls, and I'm like, you kind of just gotta come. I mean, they really lead it, and I always ask the girls, what's on your mind now? What topics do you want us to cover? In the beginning of the year, we brainstorm, like, different ideas. What do you want to talk about? And so it's really, a lot of it is student-led. The scholarship that they started, I mean, it's amazing to see. The girls created a scholarship fund. We have an application flyer that goes out to students. We receive applications. They sit down at the table. We white out the names. What a learning experience it is for them to be on a scholarship selection committee, that when they then are seniors, they know, like, oh, those are the kinds of things that I should be writing on my essay. So it's a very empowering experience for them to be able to do that. And like Graciela mentioned, she has presented the award, the scholarship, the last 2 years. So we are excited and look forward to continuing being able to offer that scholarship.
How many students at North are in the program?
So about 25 each
Oh,
year is what we
good.
have in the program.
Very good.
And that was about the same at South as well when I was there. And a lot of the times, one thing I forgot to mention too is we do a lot of collaborating with just people in our community. I like to bring in guest speakers. At least once a year, we have people from the Women's Center come in, and they do activities with the girls. And actually, the ladies from the Women's Center are the ones who brought to us, they reached out to us wondering if we would like to be involved with Denim Day, and got us the information, and the girls and I went to a training in Milwaukee about it. So it's really nice to be able to, just network with other community members and have community members come in and present to the Girl Talk members. And I know I've been contacted by UW Waukesha. They have a group going on, and they are looking forward to collaborating with us this coming year as well.
Mr. Bryan?
Turn on my microphone. I keep it off in between, but we were at E-Achieve graduation, Mr. McCaffrey and I, and we noticed quite a few of the graduates were young ladies. I think the ratio was probably 3-1, more or less. And I have to think a lot of the graduates, or a lot of the people that we have in E-Achieve, are people that weren't really comfortable in the brick and mortar environment because they didn't have something like Girl Talk to help bring them in. And so I'm pleased that we have something going like that in our brick and mortar schools, but we probably should have something like that going in our E-Achieve school too. Because if these people are feeling left out in a brick and mortar school, they're probably not fully engaged in their E-Achieve school either. So I'm very impressed with the presenters today, and I appreciate everybody coming, and it was a very interesting topic.
Mr. Dietz?
Are you connected with a larger, like, state organization or national organization?
We are
Or is-
not, and it's interesting because I looked up Girl Talk, I just Googled Girl Talk, and I believe there is like a national group called Girl Talk, but what they do is a mentoring program for middle school girls, and there's like a toolkit there, and I thought, oh, this is interesting, but that you do have to pay dues to like this organization. So I'm like, okay, it was a little bit different than what Girl Talk actually does. When I started at South, when I was trying to come up with ideas of like, okay, I want this girls group, what should we call it? And I thought Girl Talk was straight to the point, simple. As girls, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about issues that's gonna matter to them. So that's why I decided to go with Girl Talk. And I went on, at the time, it was a national campaign to prevent teen pregnancy, because again, that's where the whole idea came out of when I saw the amount of students that were pregnant at that time. So they have a curriculum, and I ended up printing out the whole thing. It was like this binder with all kinds of activities to do with teens. And one we did this year was, I said to the girls, I said, all right, so let's talk about what are the needs that a baby has? And we went through, right, and on the board, they listed everything. You need diapers, you need childcare, you need, everything. And then I said, now you've got your iPads, go to Google, and I want you to come up with the budget. What does that look like? And they were just like, what? It's that much money for a baby? So things like that is what we do. We have these conversations. We do different activities to help open up their eyes and help them make some wise decisions.
And I was also very encouraged by your students and what they had to say. You must be really proud of everything that has been accomplished, and it's a real credit to you for bringing that to the students of North. So thank you very much for doing so.
Mrs. Brezink?
Usually in high school, not always, but kids are so into themselves. And this is wonderful because it gets, people to look beyond themselves. And especially, what can I do? That's what the wonderful thing is. And once you start, that volunteering, you probably will end up doing it, as an adult too. Very valuable.
Yeah, that's why when I thought of the 4 pillars for Girl Talk, and by the way, we get shirts every single year, and always on the back of our shirts, it's always the empower, inspire, motivate,
Oh,
educate.
cool.
And because I always think of, to me, volunteering in my life has always been big, and exactly what you just said, that when you just think that the world is bigger than just,
That's right.
ourselves, there's more to than just us, and when they realize that they have so much they could offer to their community, to me, I'm like, that right there is huge, and just helping them value the opportunities that they have. And so that's why volunteering to me is a very big part of Girl Talk. So much that now in the community, I think the word is getting out that Girl Talk likes to volunteer. So I get contacted a lot, like, oh, is Girl Talk willing to do this? Even Mary Jo King, has emailed me, there's this volunteer opportunity, you have any girls interested? So, and that's something that they really enjoy to do, so it's been nice to see them step up to the plate.
Well, you
and
got to
give
move
back.
on to West now too.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Anybody else? I had a couple comments. First of all, you all presented very well tonight. You could tell the passion and that you guys are really into this, and that this has really helped you out. Really, one of the more impressive things is it being student-driven. Wow, I mean, the girls have taken it and have run with it, and you guys have become leaders. And that is fantastic. And I can't imagine some of the sensitive topics that you talk on. And I'm sure that after those discussions, maybe the formal presentations to kind of kick things off, you guys have bonded probably and have created strong relationships with one another because of some of the sensitive things that you're talking on. And I'm sure that those discussions continue as friends outside of when you just formally get together. How much of an impact has that had on like your other friends outside, the ones that don't come to Girl Talk? Do you have other examples of how this has reached beyond the club?
Yeah. Yeah. I just when I before this year, I guess this senior year was been really hectic and really eventful for me emotionally, personally, all these different in different ways. But mostly because recently, I think it was last month, my best friend tried to commit suicide, and I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to think, and I talked to some of the Girl Talk members, and they're like, oh, they helped me a lot, and they helped me kind of reach out to my friend and try to get her some help, and hey, I'm here for you, giving her that emotional support. But I also needed some emotional support because I mean, it's rough. So it was really nice having that something to fall back on, someone to fall back on, especially Mrs. Monterey too. So yeah, it was just I'm just really grateful that I have this really good relationship with all these girls after high school.
Does anybody else? Yeah.
So me personally, with my friends, the friends I have in Girl Talk, we talk about the issues and everything are different from the conversation I have with my regular friends. And talking to them made me more comfortable to talk about. I was always comfortable talking about anything, and I'm a type of person that likes to speak what they think about something, and I like to ask a lot of questions. Because if you ask a lot of questions, you learn more that way. So I would ask Ms. Monterrey a lot of questions. I would speak my mind in the meetings and talk to them about a lot of things, and then that'll also translate to my other friends. And sometimes I would bring up the topic to them, let's say sexual assault or pregnancy or all that, and then they get really shocked about the questions I ask them because they've they've never been asked that question, but they eventually do answer it, and then I like to think that I help them with it. And with also Denim Day, I talked to my group about it, and me and Graciela did, and I had the idea to just also, since social media is a big part of our generation right now, I posted something on Facebook about it, and it was like the history, what to do, what can you do to help, and all that, and how to help sexual assault victims. And so I feel like this club has helped me talk to people about our issues without being scared of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so the reach goes beyond the club itself, which is very powerful. If someone, are there resources that you have available? So if you encounter scenarios where professional help needs to be given, are those
Great
also
question.
talked on?
So I feel very grateful for the Waukesha Education Foundation because they have supported now 3 grants that I have written. So the first one to create Girl Talk. The second one was for a Girl Talk library. And that was 2 years ago that we got that awarded. So basically what I did was I bought a set of books. And there are some self-help books. So it could be, dealing with anxiety, different issues that as I listened to the girls in the conversations, the issues that were coming up, I'm like, ooh, this would be a good book that if a girl felt like, you know what, I'm really dealing with this and, maybe I don't feel comfortable talking about someone, but here's a resource for me. So we have a Girl Talk library where the girls can check out books. And then again, if there's ever anything, and we haven't gotten to that point where it's like if something is like very confidential that it's like, okay, I would need to contact a social worker or anything like that. I've never had that, but it's nice to have the Girl Talk library. And I always know I work closely with Kelly, Kelly Bratz at our school. So, she would be another resource. Always, the social workers are so supportive of Girl Talk all the time. They're always like, whatever you need, Sada, you let me know. So it's really nice that we do have support.
Yes. Well, thank you, Mrs. Monterey, for what a great vision.
That's right.
And to the students to really make it come alive and for you to take ownership of it. Wow, keep that up with all facets of your life, and you guys are going somewhere. Thank you very much.